Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Monday. It's Tiffany and Brandon from BMW Gallery in Norwood. We are so excited to be back at work on this fine Monday. And before we begin, I'd just like to remind everyone that we're live every Monday at 12:30. Brendan goes over all the cool cars that we have on our lot. He tells you everything and anything you need to know about them. And we do love to see your questions as the video happens, so be sure to post your questions in the comments. Today, he's going to take us through a 2016 M4 GTS. We haven't usually gone over our pre-owned inventory, but things change, and today we decided it'd be good because we think this car is cool, and we have a great pre-owned lineup. Before I turn it over to him, we just like to remind everyone to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at BMW Gallery, at BMW Gallery Norwood. Without further ado, the man, the myth, the legend.
I don't know who's calling me a legend, but they might be wrong.
Oh. There's still time.
So, as far as the M4 GTS goes, you guys have seen it before. We've done a video on it once before. However, that video wasn't by me.
Yeah.
So,
and it wasn't a 2016.
No, all 2016 M4 GTSs. That's the only year of production.
Yeah.
So, this is very unique for two reasons. One, it's in our used inventory, and two, it's one of 44. There's only 44 black sapphire metallic M4 GTSs out there at all.
In the state?
I believe it's just in the U.S. I'm not 100% if it's worldwide or in the U.S., but I know there's only 44 of them.
In the country, at least, at a minimum.
Least, yes. So, you've all seen it before, the M4 GTS.
Okay.
You know, you have the massive track rear spoiler, carbon fiber made by BMW, produced in Washington, U.S. This is set up right now in track mode, so it's at its highest angle.
So this moves.
Yep, adjustable. So you have street mode as well as just slightly raised and then race,
so
which it's in right now.
Race is what it's in right now, guys.
You know, very unique taillights on the GTS. If you check them out, I'm going to hit unlock. You'll watch the OLED lights light up progressively. One of the really cool things about the car, personally my favorite as well, you have the carbon fiber rear splitter down below with the quad titanium exhaust tips. Unique for the GTS. You can get titanium exhaust tips on other M cars, however this is a full titanium exhaust system. And then what really also sets us apart is in the trunk, which, because it's a race car, no comfort access, so you do have to take the key out still. So in the trunk, under the floor, again, you have distilled water injection. So cooling system for the vehicle that helps create more horsepower. So instead of, about 425 horsepower that you get in the regular M4, you have 495 horsepower.
For people who maybe aren't as familiar with what the distilled water does and how horsepower affects a car, especially a race car, because when you buy this, you're looking for speed, you're looking for
absolutely
that great sound that you get with any M car. Can you talk a little bit about what that does for the car?
Yeah, so a lot of people in the aftermarket world will do something called methanol injection into their vehicle's engine.
Okay.
So basically they're spraying methanol into the intake or the engine manifold to create a higher burn, which creates more power. So in this sense, we're shooting distilled water into the engine's intake, which helps cool down the intake air. And this being a turbo car, the colder the air, the more dense it is, which means basically the car can just move more air through it, which helps it create more power, which is the whole point of forced induction. So having a colder, denser air allows it to move more and perform better.
And that's standard on this car.
Correct.
You buy it from us, you get it. I mean,
exactly.
Like you talked about aftermarket.
And of course you have the absolutely crazy acid orange 666 M style wheels,
which look so cool with the black.
With the carbon ceramic brakes as well. You have the calipers and the nice gold, and you have two-piece carbon ceramic rotors. On a standard M car, that would be about $10,000, but that's standard on this car. As well as on this car, you have the full carbon fiber roof, of course, and then the hood on the vehicle as well is a carbon fiber carbon fiber reinforced plastic.
Okay.
So in addition to it being, it's super light, you have this additional inlet for air. So when the air comes in through the grille, it can also escape through the hood. You have the front splitter, carbon fiber with acid orange accenting, LED headlights. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hood because it's really pretty under there.
That. So how many pre-owned M4 GTSs do we have in stock?
There is 11 in the country.
In the country, okay. And we have this one.
And we have this one.
Perfect.
And then so underneath the hood, power of the beast, we have the inline 3-liter 6-cylinder that BMW is notorious for. Basically they took the motor out of the regular M4 and cranked it up to 11. So you know, you have the carbon fiber reinforced strut mount brace here. You have your intakes, they rearranged that a little bit. Now I know you can't really see much going on other than, you know, it's just another M4 motor. However, you know, it still does have that distilled water injection through the system.
Can you turn it on? Can we hear it?
So it's just on, oh, the distilled water.
No, the car.
Yeah, I can absolutely turn the car on, but the distilled water, so that's always active in the vehicle. But yeah, let me start it up. But before I do, check out the inside of the car.
Yeah.
You get an Alcantara steering wheel. You get carbon card door panels. So it's super lightweight. You get this wicked awesome cup car style door pull. You also have the race bucket seats. Unfortunately, these are the US spec ones. The ones in Europe are a lot cooler, but you still get suede inserts on the sides, hold you in place wicked nice. M-colored stitching and accenting on the seat belts and the seat as well. And then the roll cage in the back.
I was going to ask you about that.
So it's a legit roll cage. It actually serves a purpose. And it just looks really cool too.
What's the purpose?
The purpose is, one, it's going to keep you safe if you ever roll the car.
Okay.
And two, it makes the car a lot more rigid. Not that it really needed it, because the M frame and coupe is very stiff as it is, and it doesn't have a lot of torsion issues.
But it looks cool as heck too.
Oh, absolutely.
Here you guys, just so you can kind of see.
And if you wanted, so in Europe, you can actually option for the 5-point racing harness to go with those club seats that you can get in Europe. Mm-hmm. On this, the roll bar still has the positions to be able to add that. So if you wanted to get those seats here in the US, you can order them and then put the race harness on. If you do plan on tracking the car, which I recommend, because that's what the car was made for. But I'm going to start the car now and give you a listen.
Perfect. We'll go with the front, guys. You guys hear that exhaust right away. Hear that exhaust right away. You hear the car. You know it's an M car. You know it's a special car, and you can hear it coming. You love this car.
I do love this car. I love the sound. And then one of the other cool things about BMW, one of their safety things that I just now realized that I forgot about, since the hood's open, you can't actually rev the motor.
Oh!
So I'm going to close the hood.
Close the hood.
BMW's 2-latch system can be a little frustrating at times, especially when you have a very delicate hood like this made out of carbon fiber.
He's gonna do it again. I have a question.
What's the question?
Something we haven't gone over in a little bit.
What's that?
We used to do, when we first started doing Facebook Lives, you told me about track school. And I think it's really relevant for a car like this that is kind of meant to be a track vehicle.
Oh,
can you talk a little bit about that?
So, BMW offers that you can take delivery of any vehicle when you purchase a brand new at the M Performance track in South Carolina or California, and that's Thermal in California or Spartanburg in South Carolina. So, since this is a pre-owned car, you can't take delivery of it there. However, you can still bring it there and, you know, get educated on how to drive these vehicles properly. So you won't necessarily be driving your car on that track, but you could take a nice road trip down there, and then they're going to teach you in 3 days how to do everything. You know, they'll teach you the proper track etiquette, cornering, what lines to follow and things like that, as well as, you know, if you join groups like BMW Car Club of America, there are a lot of tracks everywhere that you get discounts at, that you can bring your car there and race it there for yourself, which this car is really meant to do. You're able to drive this car in club races, a lot of club races, not all of them. So it's really track ready, and that's what BMW wanted to do. They wanted to do kind of just like what Porsche does. They have their GT3 Cup car or club sport car, and you can literally buy that from the dealership and go to the racetrack, and that's pretty much what we did here.
Perfect. Now, the car's cool. It's in our inventory, so we suggest you come and see it. We think it's really special, and we think it's worth taking a look at in person. For those of you who aren't familiar with gallery or art policies, so we offer things like 30-day peace of mind, where you can purchase the car and bring it back if you don't like it.
If it's within 30 days and you haven't put 1,500 miles on it, you exchange it for something similar value or lesser even. You have rewards programs through the dealership as well, and we have unbelievable technicians here that if anything ever needs to be worked on, they know what they're doing.
100%.
Just earlier today, we had someone in with their M4 GTS having it serviced as well.
I saw it coming right out of the service bay before we started our video. So if someone's interested in this car, or any of the other new cars on our lot, any of the other pre-owned cars on our lot, any of the other certified pre-owned cars that we have on our lot, what's the best way to come and test drive one or find someone who can help them?
So you can either just come right to the dealership and ask to speak with a client advisor, preferably me, or you can call and make an appointment, again, preferably with me, if you'd like. I hope so. You can inquire about a certain vehicle, schedule an appointment, so that way you have a set time that you're definitely going to have when you get to the dealership to make sure that that car is there for you already and it's ready to be driven.
And for those of you who maybe are new to our Facebook Live videos, Brendan was a genius here at BMW Gallery turned client advisor. So what's really special about that is he knows just about everything about almost every single car on our lot. He's super knowledgeable. He's my go-to for any time I have any type of question about the car. So he's super helpful and someone I would highly recommend you come to. So the best way to contact you
is just call the dealership and ask for me.
You're the only one?
I'm the only Brandon here.
Look at that.
So it's perfect.
Perfect, guys. So I think that unless you have anything else you want to show us.
Just one more thing back to the car that you're kind of already looking at. Right here, GTS. Right in the dashboard, which is absolutely beautiful. You have all this Alcantara and suede everywhere. The leather dashboard still. Alcantara suede steering wheel. As well as you have the acid orange accents at the top and the stitching inside the steering wheel.
It's just kind of been thought out.
No center armrest console anymore, just straight up Alcantara. Very, very race car.
It's a fun car. It's a special car. It's rare. How many in the U.S.?
So there's supposed to be 700 M4 GTSs in the U.S.
And black ones?
No. There's supposed to be only 44.
44 black ones. Perfect. So if this is something that you guys are interested in, definitely feel free to stop by and see us. If you're interested in any of the other cars, come and stop by and see us. If you have videos that you want to see on Facebook Live, message us, comment on this video, let us know. We're happy to kind of do everything we can within reason. We're not going to go do donuts in the parking lot or anything like that.
Even though I wish we could.
Even though we wish we could. But we really do want to show you exactly what you want to see. We're live every Monday at 12:30 from BMW Gallery in Norwood, and we also appreciate it if you click the little follow button in the right hand corner of the screen, because it allows you to subscribe to our videos and you can watch anything we do anytime we go live. Also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Have a great Monday. Enjoy the rest of your week.
And we're going to finish with just a little bit of noise.
Yeah, a little bit. All right, guys.